Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. Listen, y'all, we are back with season 15 of The Real Housewives of Atlanta, episode 1. Now, y'all already know I have an affinity for The Real Housewives of Atlanta. That is my franchise, honey, whether they up, down, round and round. I don't know what to say, but I have to say that season 15, episode 1 brought it. There were shady moments. There was, say what now? There was all kinds of moments in between. And baby, we got red closure wig Kandi activated. Child, let's get into it if we gonna get into it. When the episode first opens up, y'all know the ladies are back. And we see all the ladies in their 40s attire. They're arriving at Ross's 40th birthday party. So we do that little thing 4 days earlier. So child, let's get into this. Over at Chateau Thelma, Sheree and all that body. Let me tell you something. Sheree might be dumb as a box of rocks. And it's giving, you know, a few marbles rolling around. But baby, can't not nobody take that body off of Sheree. Baby, that girl knows she is stacked. Do you hear me? Stacked. It's giving brick house. Baby, she looks good, okay? So she's at the chateau and Hotel shows up. Hey, Hotel. Listen, I do not review Love and Marriage Huntsville anymore, so I have missed the name that I deemed you with, which would be Hotel Holt. So Hotel is in there, child. He's suited and booted, coming from a magazine shoot. Sir, you could have changed your clothes. But I know you know the cameras are rolling, so you done showed up in this 3-piece suit. Anywho, he shows up, and Sheree is in the confessional saying that she met him through a mutual friend. Who y'all think that is? I'm just saying. She met him through a mutual friend, and he's also on a reality show. He lives in Huntsville. She's like, but I would love for him to move closer. Sheree, you want him to leave all his kids in Huntsville, small kids at that, and move to Atlanta? Now, you would have had a full-on fit if Big Bob took his body down to another city and state while you were raising Cairo and Cali. Now, of course, Bob was not very involved in whatever it is that you had going on. He was giving very much deadbeat. But why would you try to encourage him to move away from his kids? And I know this is Housewives, but it's funny to me that he has such a problem with Mel being in Atlanta, but here he go. Charlotte's a fool. So she was like, yeah, you know, despite what you've seen on television, he's never shown anything but respect for me. And I'm just happy that I didn't give up on love. Well, good for you. But if a man can't respect the mother of his kids, if a man gets on national television and calls his ex-wife a pro, it's a no for me, big dog. I don't give a damn what he's shown you. He is who he is. Okay. And please don't bring up love. Okay. Because he over there on his show saying you just a friend. Okay. He say you just a friend. Honey, he's giving very much Biz Marquis. Sheree is getting ready to sit under another heat lamp down in Huntsville because she over here messing with Hotel. Girl, I don't understand it. But I mean, at least he showed up to film, child. So she happy. She's skinning and grinning. So she tells him that she has a surprise coming. So she's like, yeah, go on in there and change. So he go in there and change. She's like, yeah, you know, I just love his physique and laying on them arms, and he exudes BDE. Well, Charlie got enough kids. I'm sure you do. Now, why are y'all showing me his package? I don't give a damn. I don't want to see Hotel's member. Please keep it to himself, honey. So he come out. Now, mind you, he ain't been in there but 5 minutes. He comes out talking about, so this is the surprise? See, Sheree, you're working too hard for him. He's ungrateful. Okay, he's ungrateful. Talking about, oh, I thought it was going to be something good. I saw the woman at the door and I was thinking to myself, oh, already? So not only are you just his little buddy, he wants to have a threesome with his little buddy. It doesn't make any sense. Sheree, girl. So Sheree gets in the confessional and tells us that she considered giving Bob a threesome, but he had one without her with somebody else. Sheree, you just say any old thing, I swear. Baby, you say anything, I swear. Listen to me, Sheree. I'm speaking directly to you, honey. I hope that you do not think that you have to do that to keep Hotel around. He gonna always ask for sexual favors. That's what he do. And then he get mad when you don't give them to him, and then he goes find somewhere else to lay down. I would tell you who you could call, but I'm going to leave it. I'm just going to leave it as it is, child. So they sit down to talk, and they're waiting on their food, right? So they eating a little bit because she's bringing out the appetizers and whatnot. So she's telling him about the party that Sanya is hosting for Ross. And he said, well, who all going to be there? the cast, just like on your show. Who all gonna be at the events that y'all throw? But see, y'all cast is a little bit different. If y'all don't want them there, y'all gonna make a scene. Housewives, we all get together. Okay, all the heifers are in one place to get to arguing. This is not Love and Marriage Huntsville. So everybody that's on the cast will be in attendance. Moving forward. So she was like, well, Kandi gonna be there, especially after what she said. He said, yeah, she said I was an opportunist. So then they show this radio interview clip that Kandi did. He said, but I think she got me confused because her husband is the opportunist. All right, not too much on Todd. Okay, not too much on Todd. Don't do it. He's like, yeah, I mean, ain't they like 3 foot tall? They better have some respect for me. Please send him back to Love and Marriage Huntsville. I don't want his energy ruining my housewives. I don't like it. And to be fair, Kandi was asked about him. She didn't just get on the scene and be like, y'all seen Sheree and Martel together? She didn't do that. Messy Mia, okay, because Shamia be down to the radio station, child. She asked her. There was a question, and then she answered it. And she didn't lie. I mean, she wasn't wrong. You are an opportunist. But Kandi, to you should also remember how it felt when they called Todd an opportunist, and you didn't like that. But see, this right here between these two, this ain't serious, honey. It's giving pay for hire or whatever they got going on. And like I said, not too much on Todd. He ain't say nothing about you. And Hotel, you being all cocky, but you can't even pass an open book test. Opportunists get what they can and bounce. Todd and Kandi have built an empire together faster than she built Sheba Sheree. Okay? Faster than she built Chateau Sheree. So I really don't want to hear people continue to call this man an opportunist and insert him in things that have absolutely nothing to do with him. His wife spoke her speech. That has nothing to do with him. Side note. The whole time, y'all, that they were talking, the chef was looking like, girl, this what you think makes sense? Have you seen The Love and Marriage Huntsville? Baby, that chef is me. Honey, she was ear hustling, trying to put her garlic powder and her onion powder, but at the same damn time, she was like, girl, this right here is a fool. Shout out to the chef. She was like, well, Kenya gonna be there. She asks about you every time. She's always texting me, asking me what you're doing, how you're doing. He said, I don't think I've ever met her. You ain't met her, but your show DM'd her. Okay. So, of course, Martel is sitting there being Martel. He gone off that wine. It ain't no Inez, honey. I don't know what kind of wine it was. He getting all fresh. I mean, if you want to use Hotel for drive-bys, then by all means, girl. But your choices are questionable at best. It's very questionable. So they get up, they start flirting or whatever. She's like, I need to start an OnlyFans. Well, we know he'll participate, so we don't have to take that builder's license test. Moving forward. In the next scene, Kandi is meeting with Karma. Hey, Karma. Meeting with Karma and Don Juan. Now, I know her name is Carmen, but I always say it like that because that's the way Mama Joyce says it. She calls her Karma. So she was meeting with Carmen, and Carmen looks good. We have not seen her on an episode of Housewives of Atlanta in a while. She looks so pretty. So anyway, she there. Hey, girl. And Don Juan is sitting there, of course. Don Wizon, he gonna be in the mix. So they start talking about Sheree and her site crashing. So Kandi said, well, I tried to help her, but she didn't want nothing to do with it. Like, she don't like to pay. The business side of Sheree is just not what it's supposed to be. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I feel like Sheree is just lazy. She thought she was gonna be able to slap a label on some AliExpress clothes and push them on out to us for $500 a pop. And that's separately. Okay, the tank top and the leggings, $500 each. Absolutely damn not. You will not be able to play in our face, Sheree. Absolutely not. So Kandi said, well, Ace was telling me that I work too much. That poor baby just wants some one-on-one time with his mama. I don't know what it is, but it's like the kids do not think that we are supposed to provide for them. Sir, you do understand that mommy has to work in order for you to have the things that you have. And even if you explain it, there's nothing like you being present. You don't even have to, I call it us time. Like, I don't have to actually be engaging with my son, just him sitting next to me. That's really all he needs. And I feel like that's the same with Ace. You don't even have to really say anything to him. He just wants you to be present. So then Kenya shows up. Hey, girl. Okay, Kenya, you looking good, girl. Okay. I like the natural ponytail because, Kenya, sometimes she'll put on a bad wig, honey, when Mark have her going through. But she done seen the end of the light. She done came out of the ashes like a phoenix, and she is looking good. So she shows up. Next, Monyetta shows up. So they all sit down. Carmen and Don Juan, they leave. So Kandi is like, yeah, Monyetta made me mad last year. She didn't want to take up for me. So Moneta was in the confessional and she was just saying she didn't want Kandi to think she wasn't on her side. They're friends. So she apologizes for not speaking up. So then they all three start talking about this party that's going on. Well, this party that Moneta had for her husband, Heath. Moneta introduced Kenya to this man named Roy. And baby, they make them in your size when you got the coins. Do you hear me? I said, okay, baby. This is Moneta's best friend. Moneta said, look, I done crossed on over. Come on over here with me. It's better on this side. I know that's right, Moneta. You know what? I need a friend like Moneta because if she knows somebody that knows somebody that's going to tell somebody, I need her to introduce me. Because according to Kandi, she know the people. Kenya said, you know, he makes her feel like a woman again. And I love that for her because, you know, Mark made her feel this small. Although she wanted the perfect picture, you know, and all this good stuff, baby, Mark was giving her a run for her money. So then Kenya started saying how she was a little bit disappointed in Sheree and Kandi. So Kandi brings up the spoofs that she does and the one that she did about Sheree. And she was like, I was just being petty. And I pulled a her on her because she's always forgetting everything that she says and does. So I just did the spoof. So Kenya was asking if they're going to Sanya's husband's party because Sheree is bringing Hotel. So Moneta goes, is she serious about him? Like, is this for real? Because the streets been talking. Kandi said, oh, the streets been talking to you too. The streets been talking to you too. So then Kenya was like, yeah, you know, he lightweight tried to talk to me. Like he slid up in my DMs. Now, apparently, he's messing with other women in Atlanta. Duh. If he was cheating on his wife for years, you don't think he cheating on Sheree? Anyway, Atlanta got some of the messiest streets I've ever seen. I ain't never seen a city with so many talking streets. But I wouldn't put it past him. That's why I named him Hotel. Like, it suits him. And him and Sheree are in a situationship, calling TMZ on themselves. Because when does TMZ care about who Sheree is dating? When I saw that, I knew it was a lie and the truth wasn't in it. I said, so TMZ miraculously cares about Sheree and Hotel coming out of a bathroom? Okay. And for everybody, that's going to go in on Kandi talking about Sheree, she ain't do nothing to Kandi. Kandi was talking about her first. Nope. We are not going to begin at the beginning of this season. We are going to begin at the beginning. Okay? Because don't forget, last season, when her and Marlo sat outside, when Sanya had them come to help them create that Jamaican dinner, and she called her a pro, and Sheree was right there to co-sign. So Sheree started it. This is a continuation, honey. The seasons conjoined together. So, I mean, that's just what it is. Moving forward. And as far as him trying to talk to Kenya or slide in Kenya's DMs, Kenya, why didn't you bring it up at the reunion? You already knew it. So why didn't you say something? Side note, Kandi in this confessional is giving, I'm Foxy Cleopatra and I'm a whole lot of woman. Baby, give it to him, honey. And child, not Hotel trying to see which housewife gonna bite. And to be honest, he is just passing time, waiting for Mel to take him back. And it ain't gonna happen. Okay, and I hate to intermix the shows and whatnot, but who asked him over here? Who asked him to come over here? And now we gotta talk about him. Thanks, Sheree. You didn't give us fashions, but you gave us Hotel. Anyway, so she said that he tried to talk to her via Instagram DM. So Kandi said, well, pull it up. Let's see. Now, y'all know when a person is not following you or they're not your friend or whatever, and they've never messaged you before, their DM shows up in your request. So you have to accept or deny it. So when they pulled it out, Kenya was like, just looking at it, and Kandi was like, press accept, like press it. But when they pressed it, it was gone. So either he deleted it or it was a story and it was gone, because that happens too. Like if you send me a story and I don't watch it within the 24 hours, then when I try to go read the message, it's no longer available. So it was either that or he got it in vanish mode. It's something, child. I don't know what's going on. Kandi was like, yeah, you know, he a thirst trap. Child, now Carlos King got a Hotel down here plastered up in one of these firefighter looking calendars, honey. It's a fool. So then they switch gears for a minute. Kandi starts telling him about Todd being upset, about Todd feeling like she isn't there for him and he's always there for her. She feels like he is trying to make her the problem. So, you know, Kandi gets emotional. She starts crying. Kenya said, listen, as your sister, a little sisterly advice is you need to make more time for him. Kandi, it has been years of this. You have to prioritize your marriage. You and Todd go strong, and it's because the two of you have similar work ethics. But when all that is done and there's no more housewives and there are no more bags to chase, you want to make sure you have each other to fall back on. You have to make sure that you still loving on each other. And he does support you. So you need to make sure that you support him as well. Because you know the people be talking about him, child. They can't wait to talk about him. Moving forward. In the next scene, Sanya is at home with the family. And she's talking about Ross turning 40. Child, I hope it's better than that party you threw last year. It's a Harlem Nights theme. Y'all know what that made me think of? Y'all remember when Portia threw Cordell a Harlem Nights themed party in season 5? Y'all remember that? Child, that was a mess. Anyway, that just made me think of it because Portia had done that for Cordell back in the day. So she said that her sister's husband is now her assistant. He's a realtor and he just wanted to get himself out there, but things are moving a little bit slow. So she hired him. She feels like, her sister that is, feels like Sanya doesn't respect boundaries. She finds things for him to do instead of letting him eat dinner with his family. Okay, first of all, how does sister get a confessional? Well, I mean, has Lauren ever had a confessional before? I don't know, child. Confessionals fall. So anywho, Sanya was basically telling us that everybody has been paid off of her hard work. Everybody that lives in that house, they basically get paid from the work that she does. So her sister is going to say, this dingbat right here gonna ask the kids to go outside at 6:29, knowing that we eat dinner at 6:30. And so now I look like the bad guy. I feel like she got her head in the clouds and she can't see anything that doesn't revolve around her. I'm telling you right now, you and your husband would have to go. Okay, because who the hell are you talking to? And sister, if your husband doesn't want to be her assistant, then don't be. Find yourself something to do outside of her. You don't have to be her assistant if you don't want to be. That's the same thing that was causing a little bit of a rift between Lauren and Portia. Working with family is not always good. It can get messy. So I feel like to mix family and business, sometimes it ain't the move. And she got her nerve, honey, gonna have demands when all y'all living in her house. Girl, goodbye. In the next scene, we see a little montage of the ladies. We see Kenya with Brooklyn. I love how she loves Brooklyn. I really do. And every time I see them together, I just get so happy for Kenya because that's all she wanted. Y'all remember when she was down to that sperm bank, child? Anywho, let me not get distracted. I just love that for her. We see Sanya. She's choosing a dress for the party. And over at Candy's house, Todd is working and Kandi trying to get him to do some family time. Oh, Lord. It's going down. And she's upset because he will not stop so that they can do what it is that they need to do as a family. But yet, people are going to say that Kandi don't show her life. Is she not showing it right here? Over on the other side, Marlo and the boys, they're at home and they're having Taco Tuesday. She said that her sister hasn't been in contact with the boys. And that's sad. Side note, I know a lot of people didn't like those earrings that Marlo had on, but baby, I loved those earrings. Those earrings were everything to me. I love a good hoop, okay? So her and the boys, they're seeing a life coach now. So the life coach, I think her name was Sharon, she shows up to give them a little session, and they're talking about last season when she needed a break, and she felt like everybody felt like that was the worst thing ever. It was your delivery and you saying that you needed them to get out. And don't try to put it on us. But I do love that they are getting therapy as a family. And this is a positive move in the right direction. I don't know if it's fake. I don't know if it's real. But I really appreciate this because the boys need an outlet. So whatever the case is, I'm happy that it's shedding some light positively for those boys because they need it. And Marlo said, she's working on gentle parenting and it's hard, but it makes them respect her more and she respects them more. That's awesome. I mean, gentle parenting is hard, especially when you have boys because they don't be gentle childing. Okay, you supposed to gentle parent, but they be acting like some Tasmanian devils and you just want to headbutt them. No, I'm just kidding. You just want to get like Kandi and headbutt them, child. But, just keep yourself together. She taking positive steps, honey, so I can't do nothing but respect it. Now, when she start acting a fool, then we'll get into it. Moving forward. In the next scene, Sanya comes over to Sheree's house to work out. So they start talking about Sanya's family issues. Honey, it's giving Full House with Uncle Jesse and them. So Sheree gets a knock at the door. Here comes Courtney. This is the new lady in these big brown boots. I'm like, girl, not these big boots. So she comes in. Sheree says that it's her friend. Their kids went to school together. Now, I'm going to already tell you right here. Anybody Sheree brings on is questionable at best. Because Fatum was a whole fool. I did not like Fatum, and I don't think I like Courtney. First impressions are lasting impressions. And for me, it's a hell now. Sheree always chooses the wrong friend. Girl, you just be happy you back. Stop bringing on people. So Sanya is there as well. They sit down to drink some wine. So Courtney is telling them that she has a marketing consulting company, and she also has a jewelry brand. She's like, yeah, I'm wearing some of it right here. Sheree is telling Sanya, girl, I invited her to the party. And it's a Harlem Nights theme. So Sanya is telling them about the entire attire. She's like, don't buy no costume or nothing. Just come dressed like you would for Harlem Nights. Sanya goes, well, do you know any of the girls? She said, well, I hung out with Marlo. And so Sanya said, well, you know, all the girls are coming. And Drew. Girl, leave Drew alone. Please do not come on this season with this contrived beef. Please leave Drew alone, or we don't want it. So she was like, yeah, you know, Kandi was the first person to RSVP. So Courtney, she goes, yeah, Kandi is cool, but she's been calling around asking about me. And, you know, she said that she heard that I had said that we were friends. She even pulled up my Instagram. Now, lady, who is telling you these lies? I don't for 1 second believe that Kandi was checking your Instagram and calling around town asking about you. She got too many jobs and too much going on to try and vet you. She ain't even got time for her own damn husband. So you want me to believe that she is calling around asking about you? Okay. She coming in starting mess. Kandi don't even like new people. So I doubt this very seriously. Now, it could be one of those things where, you know, maybe she heard your name through the grapevine or whatever, and she just trying to figure out who you are. And so she went to your Instagram, but I still don't even see that. I doubt this very seriously. Now, it could be. I don't put nothing past nobody, but I just don't know. I really don't. And y'all remember when Yovana came on the scene? Y'all are too seasoned to be talking about, she said I was her friend. I'm not her friend. I don't know her. Sheree, you are always in the middle of some mess. Then you sit mute at the reunions, ready to lie about she by Shin. So I hope you remember that you were sitting in on the mess. You are always complicit. Ugh. So she's like, I don't know why she's concerned about me, because I think, you know, she's worldwide. So why she worried about me? Girl, not you being a fan. Okay. Moving forward. So then Sheree said, well, you know, I feel like a little ways about Kandi, especially because she was making spoofs about me. Ma'am, she made a spoof about everybody. So what are you even talking about? She's like, yeah, the only time this is what she said in her confessional, y'all. The only time she not talking about me is when she eating or when she sucking D. See? And first of all, Kenya's already done that when she told Portia, you don't know what you're saying unless you have it in your mouth. We've already heard that, baby. It's been done. Okay. And here you go being disrespectful. The spoof was in jest after the reunion. But y'all get on here and try to shame her for being sex positive every single season. Then when she talk about sex, she a pro. Yet you gallivanting around the chateau with Hotel and talking about threesomes with Big Bob. Girl gone. Moving forward. In the next scene, it's the day of the party, y'all. So Sanya and her mama, they pull up to the venue. Baby, this party is going down. So they pull up to the party. And I just realized that we have not seen Drew all episode. I kind of miss Drew. She adds a little confusion to the mix. Like, oh, go sit down, Drew. Drew is like the little sister that goes everywhere with you because your mama told you to take her. But she be like, oh my God, I got to bring Drew. I miss Drew. But we going to see that bonehead husband of hers. Soon to be ex-husband. So Sanya was like, look, I had a $40,000 budget for the 40th birthday, but now it's $100,000. Girl, $100K. Is this the Met Gala? Oh no, honey, I'm not spending no $100,000 on no 40th birthday party. This right here proved to me that Sanya wants to make sure that she impresses the ladies. Ma'am, you don't have to do that. Okay? Last season, well, 2 seasons ago, when Drew was wearing that bad wig, she came back with a better wig the next season, but baby, it wasn't no $100,000 wig. So all the ladies are getting prepared to get ready to go to the party. Marlo is sitting with Rico. I love me some Rico. He is so shady. So Marlo is telling Rico that she hasn't seen Kandi in a month of Sundays. So Rico was like, well, have you seen those spoofs she be doing? She said, yeah, I mean, they were funny. She might as well stick to that because Broadway ain't working out and neither is singing. Well, that Tony nomination says that Broadway is working right the hell on out. Saying it's working out to me. So it's the night of the party, like I said. It isn't looking $100,000 worthy, but it's cute. So everybody coming into place. Kenya came in on edge, honey. She was expecting to see streamers and big balloons, but it was actually looking like something. So she runs into Ralph and she's like, where's Drew? He gonna say, oh yeah, I mean, she isn't feeling well and she has a family crisis. Kenya in the confessional was like, sir, you do realize if she's having a family crisis, then you having a family crisis as well because you're her family. I don't think he understands that. I really don't. This disgusting fool and hotel in the same room, I just cannot. I cannot. It's too much ignorance under one roof. I really wouldn't be able to do it. He said, yeah, you know, Drew just has a lot going on right now. Her dad is sick. And, you know, it's a lot of things going on with her family, but I need to support my boy. I am over the moon that she is divorcing him. When I say over the moon ecstatic, there's nothing more that I am happy about than Drew getting away from this narcissistic jerk. Your wife, dad, is sick and she's going through something, and you want to make sure you leave her at the house and come and support your boy. So the other ladies start arriving. Here comes Sheree and Hotel. Everybody's coming in the building. Sanya and Ross make their entrance. So she starts speaking her speech about the love that she has for him. And baby, it's on. So everybody disperses and she's working the room. She's going around. She's greeting all the guests. Ralph, trashy self, is over there talking to Todd. Sheree walks up with Martel, and Kandi said in a confessional, you know, last year she was with Mr. Community Service. This year she's with Mr. Community Property. Well, at least she for the community. At least she for the community. Sanya said he ain't got an ankle monitor, so I say it's a step up. But I know that's right. Both of them are con artists. And like Nene said, he's a con artist, and I ain't gonna never forget it. So Kenya goes, I mean, are you guys exclusive? Talking to Sheree and Martel. So Sheree was like, oh, you so nosy. She needs to be worried about her divorce proceedings and getting some, and if he's going to get that house and whether or not she going to have some baseboards. Sheree has never been a reader, honey. So we'll just let it go. Kenya was like, yeah, I mean, she needs a spinoff called Watch Me Date These Dumb Dudes. These helpers. Oh, how I love my Atlanta, honey. I don't care what they say. I don't care what the people say. I love my Atlanta. But Kenya and I, you're going to have to make a cameo with Mark because he is amongst the group, okay? He is amongst the dumb dudes. I'm just saying. So the tea is floating around the room about what Courtney said about Kandi. So Marlo, you know, she trying to get the tea on the slick. So my girl, so what? I heard you said that Kandi said she was calling around saying you said that she was your friend. So she trying to find out what's going on. And if she gets a hold to it, y'all know it's about to be a fool. So they over there talking about Hotel and how he's dating other people in Atlanta. They don't know if they should tell Sheree or not. Don't tell her nothing. She is not in the dark about who he is. This is a waste of time and air. We don't need it. Don't tell her nothing. So Kenya pulls Sheree to the side over with Monyetta. So while she's doing that, Courtney, Sanya, and Kandi, they're standing there talking. Mind you, it's a little bit awkward because Kandi don't just know her like that. So Sanya and Kandi and all of them, they over there talking. So Courtney said, yeah, you know, Dina called and said that you said that I was telling people that I was your friend. Kandi said, somebody asked if I knew you. And I said, no, I don't know you. She said, I mean, I know Dina. Her name's Dina Martel, but I don't know her. So Kandi goes, I don't know you. She said, oh, well, I didn't say you knew me. I said we were in similar social settings. Now, she got a real attitude, honey, rolling her neck and whatnot, and it's becoming a fool. So Kandi is trying to figure out, ma'am, why do you have this energy? Like, what is all this about? She's like, well, I'm just letting you know. Girl, tread lightly. You are new, okay? Calm down. It never works well when they come in and try to make a moment. Just calm down. Over on the other side of the room, because there's so much going on, y'all. Monyetta is telling Sheree about Martel dating another woman in Atlanta. So in the confessional, Sheree is like, yeah, I'm a Ferrari. If he's cheating with another girl, that's a Toyota. That's on him. I'm not worried about that. He's been with me for 2 days straight. So where is she? Sheree, you are too damn old to believe that because a man stays with you several nights in a row, he ain't cheating. Married men go home to their wives every day, B. What are you talking about? That means absolutely nothing. And the way he spreads himself so thin and picks up kids everywhere he go, he needs a minivan. So a Ferrari he don't need, and a Toyota either. He needs a minivan. Girl, goodbye. So Courtney is over there still getting into it with Kandi. And she's like, well, they're saying you said I claimed you as a friend. Kandi said, I don't know you. Okay? Now she really starting to get upset. Girl, go away from her with this. She just explained it to you and you still going. Courtney, no Kardashian. Please stop. Just leave it alone. Kandi is like, back. She was like, no, you back. So Sanya looks at Courtney because, ma'am, you brought her here. And she said, well, you definitely were feeling a way. And you told me that you felt a certain way. And you are bringing energy to the conversation. So Courtney looks at Sanya and she says, okay, I'm sorry. Okay, I just wanted clarity. Thank you for checking me. I don't have to clout chase. So Kandi started to get pissed because she was steady bouncing in her face. Todd standing over there looking off on the side, honey, wanting to make sure everything don't blow up. And they're going back and forth. They're cussing at each other. And Kandi was like, I headbutt you. Kandi, now how you gonna get up there? Now, how you gonna get up there? Talk about you go headbutt somebody. Red, close your wig. Kandi is activated. Y'all know how Kandi get. Pillow talk Kandi is nothing to play with. She don't like people getting in her face. You know she's small. So Kenya was like, listen, because we back over here with Kenya, Sheree, and Martel. I told y'all there's so much going on. Kenya said, listen, he did kind of slide in my DM. Sheree said, okay, show me. She said, he's here, so let's go get him. Ooh, wait, this party is unhinged and seen. And it's finna go down. And y'all know Martel lives to argue with the woman. Y'all know he do. That's all he do. And Courtney, you were giving Yovana from Clark, honey, CAU. I'm that girl. I'm Yovana. You were giving that energy. You need to calm down, honey. Calm down, pipe down. You wanted a moment and you got it. Half of what you said didn't even make no sense. As far as Kenya giving Sheree a heads up, ma'am. Let her be. Nene tried to warn her about Tyrone. She didn't listen. Okay? Seasons 1 through 5 warned her about Hotel. So there's no shock. If she don't want to take heed to what people are telling her, then that is fine. Because this ain't no real relationship, no way. So you ain't got to give her no heads up for something that ain't no real relationship, y'all. This just don't make no sense. It's a fool. He not even claiming her on his show. You better go binge watch. Hotel gone hotel, and that's just that on that. Y'all comment down below and tell me exactly what you thought about the first episode of season 15. I thought it was so good. I really did. I thought they did an excellent job. Because you know how every season when they have their hiatus, they're always like, oh, this is going to be the best season yet. It's explosive. It's this, it's that. Then we get over here and it's giving chamomile tea. Episode 1 was very cute. And it really left you wanting a little bit more. And I must say this. Although I'm not a Courtney fan, I feel like everybody clocked in. Every single person. Courtney in her big brown boots. Sheree and Hotel. Lord, please don't let Hotel be on too many episodes. I can't take too much. I really am having love and marriage, Huntsville, PTSD, and I need a break. But everybody was doing what was supposed to be done. And the graphics for the intro of them holding their peaches, it reminds me of Real Housewives of New York of yesteryear, how their entrance used to be. But, you know, that's neither here nor there. That's just a side note. Y'all comment down below and tell me exactly what you thought. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.